Hi everyone, in today's video we are going to go through the questions and answers from your NCERT textbook from the chapter Temperature and its Measurement. So let's get started. There are few MCQs. Let's start with the first one. The normal temperature of a healthy human being is close to a healthy human body has a temperature of around 37 degrees Celsius, which is measured on the Celsius scale. So, the correct answer is option 2, 37 degrees Celsius. The other numbers are either too high or too low for a normal body. Second question, 37 degrees Celsius is the same temperature as, remember the normal body temperature in Celsius is 37 degree, which is equal to 98.6 degree Fahrenheit. So, the correct answer is option 4, 98.6 degree Fahrenheit. Third question, fill in the blanks. First one, the hotness or coldness of a system is determined by its, the answer is temperature, because temperature is the measure used to compare how hot or cold a body is. Second one, the temperature of ice cold water cannot be measured by a dash thermometer. The answer is clinical thermometers, because clinical thermometers have a limited range and are designed mainly for measuring human body temperature. Third one, the unit of temperature is degree Celsius, which is commonly used to measure temperature in daily life and science. Fourth question, the range of a laboratory thermometer is usually dash. The answer is option 2, minus 10 degrees Celsius to 110 degrees Celsius. Because a laboratory thermometer is used in science experiments to measure a wide range of temperatures from below freezing to above boiling of water. Fifth question, 4 students used a laboratory thermometer to measure the temperature of water as shown in figure 7.6. Who do you think followed the correct way for measuring temperature? Student 1, student 2, student 3 or student 4? Here, student 2 followed the correct method because it was properly immersed in water, not touching the sides or bottom of the container, and was held vertically, not tilted. Sixth question, color to show the red column on the drawings of thermometers, figure 7.7 as per the temperatures written below. So here we have to color the red column of the thermometer drawings according to the temperatures given. The value of one small division depends on the temperature difference between two big marks divided by the number of small divisions between them. For first thermometer, the temperature difference between two big marks, let's say 0 degrees Celsius to 10 degrees Celsius is 10 degrees Celsius. Number of small divisions is 5. So, one small division is equal to 10 divided by 5. Which is equal to 2 degrees Celsius. So, one small division is equal to 2 degrees Celsius. So, color the column up to 14 degrees Celsius like this. Second thermometer, the temperature difference between two big marks is 10 degrees Celsius. Number of small divisions is 10. So, one small division is equal to 10 divided by 10 is equal to 1 degree Celsius. So, for the second thermometer, color the column up to 17 degrees Celsius. For the third thermometer, the temperature difference between two big marks is 10 degrees Celsius and the number of small divisions is 20. So, one small division is equal to 10 divided by 20, which is 0.5 degree Celsius. So, we can color the column up to 7.5 degrees Celsius. Make sure that the red column reaches exactly up to the mark corresponding to the temperature on the scale. Seventh question, observe the part of thermometer shown in figure 7.8 and answer the following questions. First question, what type of thermometer is it? Here the lowest mark on the thermometer is minus 10. So, this is a laboratory thermometer which has a measuring range of minus 10 degrees Celsius to 110 degrees Celsius. Second question, what is the reading of the thermometer? The reading is the temperature indicated by the top of the liquid column on the scale. So, here each small division is 1 degree Celsius. So, here the answer is 26 degrees Celsius. Third one, What is the smallest value that this thermometer can measure? The answer is minus 10 degrees Celsius. 8th question. A laboratory thermometer is not used to measure our body temperature. Give a reason. A laboratory thermometer is not used to measure body temperature because it does not have a small bend, which is called kink, to hold the liquid. So the liquid falls quickly when removed, making the reading inaccurate. Moreover, it is designed to measure a wide range of temperatures, not specifically human body temperature, and therefore cannot provide an accurate measurement. Next question. Vaishnavi has not gone to school as she is ill. Her mother has kept a record of her body temperature for 3 days as shown in table 7.4. And table 7.4, body temperature record of Vaishnavi. We need to answer the questions like what was Vaishnavi's highest recorded temperature? So we can see here it is 40 degrees Celsius. Second question, on which day and at what time was Vaishnavi's highest temperature recorded? So here the highest recorded temperature is 40 degrees Celsius, which was recorded on day 1, 7 p.m. Then the third question, on which day did Vaishnavi's temperature return to normal? The normal temperature of a healthy human being is about 37 degrees Celsius. So Vaishnavi's temperature returned to normal on day 3. 10th question, if you have to measure the temperature 22.5 degrees Celsius, which of the following 3 thermometers will you use? Figure 7.9, explain. Here we should use thermometer B because it has more divisions. 22.5 degrees Celsius has a decimal value. So we need a thermometer that can measure small steps. Thermometer A only shows whole numbers, so it cannot show 22.5 degrees Celsius correctly. Thermometer C has wider divisions, so it is not precise enough. Thermometer B has smaller divisions, so we can read 22.5 degrees Celsius accurately. So remember, to measure temperatures between 2 marks, always use a thermometer with smaller divisions for better accuracy. Next question. The temperature shown by the thermometer in figure 7.10 is, from the figure reading given, the liquid column of the thermometer corresponds to 27.5 degrees Celsius. Therefore, the correct answer is option 2, 27.5 degrees Celsius. Next question. A laboratory thermometer has 50 divisions between 0 degrees Celsius and 100 degrees Celsius. What does each division of this thermometer measure? The temperature difference between 0 degrees Celsius and 100 degrees Celsius is 100 degrees Celsius. And there are 50 divisions between these 2 marks. So temperature for one division is equal to 100 divided by 50, which is equal to 2 degrees Celsius. Therefore, each small division of this thermometer represents 2 degrees Celsius. Next question. Draw the scale of a thermometer in which the smallest division reads 0.5 degrees Celsius. You may draw only the portion between 10 degrees Celsius and 20 degrees Celsius. So, we need to draw only the portion between 10 degrees Celsius and 20 degrees Celsius. And draw small lines for each 0.5 degree Celsius division and longer lines for whole numbers, that is 11 degree, 12 degree, 13 degree, etc. Next question. Komal tells you that she has a fever of 101 degrees. Does she mean it on the Celsius scale or Fahrenheit scale? Normal human body temperature is about 37 degrees Celsius, which is 98.6 degree Fahrenheit. The temperature of 101 degrees Celsius would be extremely high and not possible for a living human body. Therefore, when people say that they have a fever of 101 degrees, it is usually understood that it means 101 degree Fahrenheit. So, Komal most likely means 101 degree Fahrenheit on the Fahrenheit scale. Next, in learning further, we have some activities. First one, gather information from the internet and find out how the body temperature of animals such as a cat, dog, horse, camel, cow and buffalo is measured. If there is any veterinary hospital in your vicinity, you may visit to see the body temperature of animals being measured. So, we need to research and explain the method used by veterinarians to measure the body temperature of animals and, if possible, observe it at a veterinary hospital. The body temperature of animals such as cats, dogs, horses, camels, cows and buffaloes is measured using a veterinary thermometer. Thermometers such as digital, mercury and infrared thermometers are used. These may be used as a rectal, oral or ear thermometers to check the body temperature of animals and to see if they are healthy or have a fever. Next one. Find out which places in India are usually regarded to be the coldest and hottest. Also, find out the minimum and the maximum temperatures recorded for these places. The coldest places in India are Dras and the Siachen Glacier in Ladakh. The temperature in Siachen can fall to about minus 50 degrees Celsius, while Dras has recorded temperatures around minus 45 degrees Celsius in winter. The hottest place in India is Palodi in Rajasthan, where the maximum temperature recorded is about 51 degrees Celsius during a heat wave. Next one. Various planets in our solar system are at different distances from the Sun. Search the internet and make a table with the planets, their distance from the Sun in increasing order and their temperatures written. Does the average temperature of planets decrease as their distance from the Sun increases? If it is not true for any planet, find out for which planet and why. So, you need to collect the information from the internet about the planets in our solar system and make a table that includes 3 things for each planet. Name of the planet, distance from the Sun, average temperature of the planet. The planets should be arranged in a table in increasing order of their distance from the Sun, that is, from the nearest planet to the farthest. After making the table, you should look at the temperatures and compare them with their distances from the Sun. Then answer whether the temperature of planets becomes lower as their distances from the Sun increases. Finally, if you find that this rule is not true for any planet, you should identify that planet and explain the reason. So, Mercury is the closest planet to the Sun. It is about 58 million kilometers far away from the Sun and its average temperature is 167 degrees Celsius. Next is Venus, which is 108 million kilometers away from the Sun and the average temperature is 464 degrees Celsius. Then comes Earth, which is 150 million kilometers away from the Sun and the average temperature is 15 degrees Celsius. Mars is 228 million kilometers away from the Sun and minus 65 degrees Celsius is the average temperature there. Jupiter, which is 778 million kilometers away from the Sun and the average temperature is minus 110 degrees Celsius. Saturn is 1.4 billion kilometers away from the Sun and the average temperature is minus 140 degrees Celsius. Then come Uranus, which is 2.9 billion kilometers away from the Sun and average temperature is minus 195 degrees Celsius. Then comes Neptune, which is 4.5 billion kilometers away from the Sun and the average temperature is minus 200 degrees Celsius. The temperature of planets generally decreases with increasing distance from the Sun, but Venus is an exception because its thick atmosphere traps heat and makes it the hottest planet. So, even though it is not the closest to the Sun, it has the highest average temperature. Next one. Hang a room thermometer in your classroom. Set up the apparatus as shown in figure 7.11 near the thermometer hung on the wall. Take the readings of thermometers 1 and 2 3 times during the day, say first period, lunch break and last period. Record your readings, compare the readings and draw your conclusions. Repeat this for 2 weeks. So, as shown in the figure, hang a room thermometer on the classroom wall and a laboratory thermometer is placed in a beaker containing water to measure the temperature of water. The readings of both thermometers are taken at different times of the day, such as during the first period, lunch break and last period. For example, in the morning, the room temperature may be 26 degrees Celsius and the water temperature may be 25 degrees Celsius. At lunch break, the room temperature may rise to 30 degrees Celsius while the water temperature may be 27 degrees Celsius. By the last period, the room temperature may be 29 degrees Celsius and the water temperature 28 degrees Celsius. From this activity, we can observe that the room temperature changes faster while water temperature changes more slowly. Also, the temperature is lower in the morning, increases during the afternoon and decreases again in the evening. Now, let's learn some more interesting facts in the More to Know section. The temperature at the core of the sun reaches as high as 15 million degrees Celsius. Are there objects in the sky that had even higher temperatures? There is no limit on the highest temperature that can exist. However, as per scientific understanding, there is a limit to the lowest temperature that can be achieved. It is close to minus 273.15 degrees Celsius, that is 0 Kelvin, and is called absolute zero. So, the temperature at the core, that is at the center of the sun, is extremely high, about 15 million degrees Celsius. In space, some objects like certain stars and explosion of stars can even reach higher temperatures than this. Scientists say that there is no fixed limit to how high temperature can go, but there is a limit to how low temperature can become. The lowest possible temperature is about minus 273.15 degrees Celsius, which is called absolute zero, that is 0 Kelvin. At absolute zero, particles have almost no motion and nothing can become colder than this temperature. So with this, we have completed the NCERT question and answers from the chapter Temperature and its Measurement. I hope you found it easy to understand. If you want to see more videos like this, don't forget to like, share and subscribe to our channel. Thanks for watching. We will see you again in our next video. Bye bye.